என்ன கௌசல்யா?
Ma'am, I welcome you on behalf of our institution, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
How life going for you, ma'am?
Very fine, very fine. Before starting the program formally, can we have conversation normal?
Sure, ma'am. Why not? Ma'am, actually, we had very nice experience in working with you, work with you. Really,
thank you.
These days we are missing you, ma'am. You have guided, motivated by your words. You inspired us in many ways, ma'am. Really, these are all we are missing, ma'am.
Very happy to hear. I also miss many things, but life is going good.
Ma'am, actually, you are very bold, ma'am.
Thank you. Bold in the sense, over the period of time, everyone has to. If you want
we
to
have
develop,
the guts to easily face all the difficult times.
Yes, God's gift, I will say. God's blessings. Then good persons like you around us.
We used to say that, ma'am, every time.
Thanks, Kausalya, for your inspiring words. Because very often we used to hear like this. Everyone doesn't have the courage to encourage others. That's your positive point, I'll say.
Thanks, ma'am. Team, are you all ready, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Lakshmi, ma'am, would you like to share your PPT or we have to share it, ma'am?
I asked Johnny ma'am to share it. It's
yes,
okay.
I'm just confirming with okay. Ma'am. That's it, ma'am.
No problem.
If everything's set right, we can start. Janaki ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Can we wait for up to 6 because only 8 are there?
Wait for some time, ma'am.
Yeah, by 6 we'll start.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody will have the option to share. They'll be able to talk, Kausalya?
Yes, ma'am. Everyone can.
Okay, that will be nice.
They
if
can
it is interactive session, it will be nice.
Ma'am, will share about your institution, ma'am. Your how the days goes on to you, ma'am.
Our college starts by 8 and SRM Institute of Science and Technology starts by 8 and evening we close for the teachers, for the lecturers it is 4 p.m. We start Monday to Friday. 8 to 12:45 is the timing for the students. After that, we'll do our work, filing work and other works related to other things we'll do. Preparation, everything during the afternoon hours. Now I am a research supervisor. Got the guide sheet, Kausalya ma'am. I wanted
Yes,
to
I know
inform
very well, ma'am.
So working on my research area now. And how about the ED cell in Prince now? ED Mart. Kausalya? Kausalya madam.
Ma'am, saying something, ma'am.
What about the ED Mart? How it is functioning?
ED.
Yes, ED Mart.
Ma'am, ED Mart is taken over by Commerce Department, ma'am, General Department, ma'am.
Okay.
They are doing good, ma'am.
Okay. Students with only commerce stream or
It's open to
hello,
only
madam?
commerce students, ma'am.
Okay, it will be fine. Okay, can we start?
Yes, ma'am. Kirtana, are you there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll start, ma'am. Ma'am, Janaki, ma'am.
Ma'am, can we start, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
Good evening to all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all for this webinar. I would like to extend my heartiest welcome to the galaxy of intellectuals, my professors, and my active participants. Now, I would like to invite Sri Varsha for Tamil Thai Varthu to embark the beginning of this event.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துகழும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே
Thank you, Sri Varsha. I extend a gracious and inclusive welcome to all of you. I request Shweta to deliver welcome address.
Good evening to one and all present here. Do it now, sometimes later becomes never. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar organized by BAFCOM Finamics Club in association with IIC. Learning is a treasure. Learning leads to step up in our life. A great warm welcome to the today's guest of honor, Dr. S. Lakshmi, who is Assistant Professor of Commerce and Research Supervisor in College of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram, Chennai. We heartily welcome you, ma'am. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Chairman, Sir, in absentia, Dr. K. Vasudevan, Prince Group of Institutions, with whose guidance, support, and blessing we organize this program. Next, I would like to welcome our energetic, inspiring, and dynamic Vice Chairman, Sir, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, and Dr. V. Vishnu Karthik, Prince Group of Institutions, whose ideas of student centricity have achieved in several development of learning skills among students. I welcome our ever charming Principal Madam, Dr. Uma Bhaskar, in absentia, who is always guiding and motivational force for us. I extend a warm welcome to the luminary person, Dr. J. Janaki, Head, Department of Accounting and Finance, who is always supporting us in every situation. I extend my warm welcome to all the heads of the department, all our Prince family members who have joined here. We also thank you for your overwhelming interest towards this program. I hope that all of you will have an interesting and useful session today. I once again extend a warm welcome to everyone present here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. That was indeed pleasant welcome. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. Padmini, Department of Accounting and Finance and IIC Coordinator, to present about IIC.
So good evening, one and all present here. I am Padmini, IIC Faculty Coordinator, here to say about IIC. So the Ministry of Education and Government of India has established an innovation cell to systematically foster the culture of innovation among the higher education institutions. The primary mandate of MIC is to encourage, inspire, and nourish the young students by supporting them to work with new ideas and transfer them into a prototypes while they are for the informative years. So the Institution Innovation Council identify and rewards the innovators, and they organizes various workshops, seminars, and have an interactions with an entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals, where the innovative projects of the students are highlighted in the portals. So the students have an opportunities to interact with an entrepreneurs, and they will participate in various innovative related initiatives of MHRD like idea competitions and mini challenges. And they have an opportunity to visit many new places and learn new cultures. An overall theme of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College of IIC is to imagine, innovate, and invent. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to invite Charunetri to articulate about the BAFCOM Finamics Club.
Good evening, everyone present here. I take this opportunity to welcome all the students to the new arena. I feel highly privileged to introduce our club, the BAFCOM Finamics, initiated by the Department of Accounting and Finance. The club provides a golden opportunity for both commerce and non-commerce students as financial literacy becomes more relevant today. Our club, the BAFCOM Finamics, was founded in the year 2021 to provide comprehensive understanding of the finance industry. This club was formed with an aim of providing aid for financial planning, providing a practical understanding of finance, providing knowledge on the current affairs and reforms of our economy, providing the tools needed for facing the competitive world. We regularly publish half-yearly magazine, Finobook, on the current affairs and case studies in the field of finance and investment, with a great support from our management and our sponsors as well. Our club organizes various activities such as intellectual and motivational seminars, financial literacy programs, financial modeling, daily updates of stock markets, monthly club meetings, debate, Model International Fund Committee, intercollegiate and interdepartmental competitions, and even more to create an awareness on finance and also to showcase the talents of our students. The club trains the members to earn with ease through the financial knowledge they gain. Moreover, this club ensures the development of confidence and analytical skills to earn income. This is the right place to learn how to earn and save for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Charanetri. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. Kausalya, Department of Accounting and Finance, share few words about the speaker.
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, it is disconnected. Just now I joined. I heartily welcome our today's speaker, Dr. S. Lakshmi, ma'am. On behalf of our institution, I welcome you, ma'am. She is
Thank
well
you.
known by all Princians till batch 2021. She's an excellent person in organizing programs, arranging internship. We had a nice experience in working with her. She guided, she motivated, she molded many students by her words. I truly appreciate your time you spent helping us in many occasions, ma'am. She inspired many students even to become as an entrepreneur. We never forget that she has given a lot of efforts towards the development of our ED cell. She has given a lot of efforts towards the development of CCT, Consumer Citizen Club too. She is an expertise in various areas, especially in income tax and corporate accounting. Ma'am, we sincerely thank you for accepting our invite and agree to talk about IPR today.
Thank you.
IPR, it's a vital one to this arena. For the long time, the level of IPR protection was very low in India. Protection of IPR is vital to the development of the owner as well as of a country. Owners spend years to invent new things. All their efforts can come to nothing if their IPR are unable to ensure its protection. So here our speaker is, she joined us to deliver a presentation on contemporary changes in intellectual property rights in India. By her presentation, she is ready to enlighten and empower our knowledge. I'm sure participants, you will take away valuable points from her presentation. She is such an expertise person, will definitely lead us to gain abundantly, or we can gain more knowledge. Lakshmi ma'am, please ma'am.
Thank you for your introduction and welcoming. Good evening, everyone present here. At the outset, would like to thank the management of Prince Venkateshwara Arts and Science College for giving me the opportunity to present myself as a resource person for the today's session. I would like to begin this session with a quote. If you plan for 1 year, plant rice. If you plan for 10 years, plant trees. If you want to plan for 100 years, then educate children. This is why I'm here today. My today's topic is on contemporary challenges in intellectual property rights in India. Before going to the contemporary challenges, first, I want to give you a clear picture about what is intellectual property is all about and what are all the challenges as an entrepreneur or anyone who is going to invent is going to face. That will be the contemporary challenges. Now, as commerce students, everybody know, we are able to see the asset everywhere around us. Okay. Otherwise, we'll call property. Can anyone say what are the two kinds of property we have? If you want asset, you can say. What are the kinds of asset you have, children? Can anyone say? Students, if you want to learn, you have to interact. Then only it will be an interactive session. Otherwise, if you are going to talk on myself, it will be easy for me even then. Okay, I will proceed. Property is everywhere and it is two kinds. Normally, in terms of IPR, we say it is tangible and intangible. Now, the tangible properties or those properties which we can see, touch, and we can be easily own it by registration. For example, the building. Okay, college building or your own house, you can register it easily and you can make the ownership very easy to be known to others also. Okay, you can easily protect it. The other property is intangible in the sense that you cannot touch it, you cannot feel it, the presence you cannot feel it, and it is very difficult for you to protect. Okay, for example, the music you listen to, okay, the notes or the tones, the symbols or the tunes, sorry, tunes what the music director is going to create, the technology, okay, that makes your phone work, the software, you will not be able to see it. Okay, it will be running inside the computer, you will not be able to see it. The design of your favorite bike, okay, the way in which it is designed, and the logo on your chocolate or anything. These are all intangible items and it is very difficult for anyone to protect it, and it exists in all the things you see. Okay, now this is created out of the human creativity and the skill. Okay, out of the invention, the book you are going to write, the paintings, the songs, symbols, names, images, or the designs used in business. Now, whenever we are going to talk about the inventions or the creation, it begins with an idea. Okay, idea is the thing in the entrepreneurship and the innovation idea. When along with the innovation, okay, it will be called as the it will be in the entrepreneurship. Once the idea, okay, is there, now we try to make it as an actual product. Okay, whenever you are made to transfer the idea into a product, now the intellectual property comes into place. Now, what is the intellectual property? It refers to the creation of mind. Through the mind, if you are going to create something new and innovate something, those things are referred to as the intellectual property. Okay, now the intellectual property is divided into two broad categories. First one is the industrial property. Now, under the industrial property, patents, trademarks, industrial design, and geographical indications. Okay, everything will be explained in the coming slides. Okay, while the other is copyrights. Okay, copyrights related to literary and artistic works such as novels, poems, plays, films, musical works, artistic works such as drawings, paintings, photographs, and sculptures and architectural designs. Okay, now the most noticeable difference between the intellectual property and other forms of property is that the intellectual property is tangible. Okay, other properties are tangible, but intellectual property is intangible. Now, in recent time, these things have been included. What all the things have been included? Earlier, only the patents, copyrights, trademarks, and industrial design was included. But later on, they were including the geographical indication. For example, what do you mean by geographical indication? In a particular place, something will be very famous. For example, Dindikal Lock, then Kandangi Salai, then Sivaliputtur Palkova. These are all the geographical indication. Only in particular place you will be able to find these products. Okay, the protection of plant varieties. Particular place, some of the varieties only will be available. So these things also coming under the intellectual property. The protection of semiconductors, something related with the science, but you can understand semiconductors. Normally in the science below 10th level, you will be learning all this, what is semiconductor and other things slightly, okay? So the protection of semiconductors, integrated circuits, and undisclosed information. Undisclosed information, otherwise you can call it as some trade secrets, okay? How you are creating the masala or how you are doing a business. These are all undisclosed information and in the name of trade secrets. So these all are included in the intellectual property. Okay, out of the things, first we'll talk about what is meant by patent. Okay, a patent is a statutory right. It is a right given by the law, okay, for an invention granted for a limited period of time. Why patent is limited? Because after certain period, the patent cannot be used because of the technological changes. Okay, earlier buses, earlier technology, earlier mixie, those things we are not using now. So patent is a statutory right given by a law, and it is given only for the invention. Okay, not for the older ones it will be given. It is given for the invention or for a limited period. In India, the patent is given for 20 years. Okay, that is the period of limit. to the patentee. Patentee is a person who is going to apply for the patent to the government. Okay. Now, why the government is giving this patent? In exchange for the full disclosure of their invention. Okay. What the person who is going to invent, he is going to give all the information about the invention to the government. So he is disclosing all the facts for the exchange. Now the government is going to give the patent. Okay, for excluding others. From excluding others, now others cannot make this item, they cannot use it, they cannot sell it, they cannot import it. Okay, whenever any particular product is patent, or the process is sometimes also patent. Okay, for producing that product for those purposes without their consent. For example, in the corona period, take the example of corona vaccination. Foreign country, in some of the country, it has been manufactured, it has been invented. Okay, in India, Bharat, what is the exact name? I'm not remembering, but Bharat Pharmaceuticals. Okay, our Indian company, they have invented. So whenever somebody is going to use it, they have to get the permission, they have to pay for it and can use it. So what is a patent? Patent is the first thing in the intellectual property. Now it is a statutory right. Okay, you are going to register it under a act, and you are going to given the license by the government. That is the thing you have to understand. Okay, next comes the trademarks. Now trademarks is the second item, is the intellectual property. The trademark is a visual symbol. You can be visually see the you can visually see the symbol, which may be a word. It can be a word like Tata, Dell product, HP. Okay, these are all the words. Signature. Okay, tick mark on anything. Name, device, label, numerals, or combination of colors. Okay, in Audi you will be able to see only circles. Okay, 4 circles you will be able to see. In Olympic, that symbol, only 5 circles in different colors will be seen. So these things which helps in identifying a particular product is called as the trademark, and this is also one of the intellectual property rights. Okay, a trademark, it is a symbol, visual symbol, which you'll be able to see. It can be a signature, it can be a name, it can be a device also, a label, numerals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, it can be 1, 2, 3 also. If nobody has taken this 1, 2, 3, somebody can take this also. Example, car plates have the number, you'll be able to recognize whose it is. So not exactly I'm saying, but the numerals also sometimes can be the trademark, or combination of colors. Okay, used by one undertaking on goods and services or other articles of commerce. So why you are taking it? Because to distinguish between the products of same kind from different manufacturers. This is why you are using the trademark. This is also the second type in the intellectual property. Next comes the copyright. Now copyright is the right, okay, given by the law to creators of literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works, and producers of cinematography films and sound recordings. So whenever you are going to say patent, it is in Tamil we call it as kapurimai. Okay, you are going to protect something. What you are going to protect? You are going to protect the invention of a inventor. Okay, so that is the kapurimai. Normally we say in Tamil. Then what about this copyright? It is a paripurimai. Paripurna, something you are going to copy. What are the things you'll be able to copy? It will be in the written, or it will be in painting, okay, or it will be tunes, which can be copied. So the right given against copying is called as the copyright. Okay, so it is a right given for these persons. It is a bundle of rights including. Okay, what are all the bundle of rights it includes in the copyright? Right of reproduction. Nobody cannot copy it and they cannot reproduce. In many of the book, they will be given. The book should not be reproduced in any form. Normally, it is very false to xerox some material. Okay, if it is prohibited, we should not copy anything. We should not xerox it. Then taking internet material from Google, some of the things the maker will prohibit the others to copy it. Okay, so these things are given in copyrights. Then right of reproduction. Then communication to the public. If someone is saying, if some author is saying something, the other person should not copy it and say. What they have to do, they have to refer the person who has given the actual thing. Then adoption and translation of the work. Okay, if some of the work in the book you are going to translate from one language to other language, in which the person has got the copyright, somebody will get the permission and they will be making it translate in some other work. So there could be slight variation in the composition of right depending upon the work and the nature of the work. If somebody is not getting the copyright, then everybody can copy the material. Okay, so the third type in the intellectual property is the copyright. First one is the patent, Second one is the trademark, and third one is the copyright. Fourth one is the plant variety protection. Okay, plant variety production, protection granted for plant varieties, because now and then the research and development, they are improving the varieties and they are bringing new items, okay, by colors, by size, shapes, everything. So the rights of the farmers and the plant breeders and to encourage the development of new varieties of plant, it is protected under plant variety protection. Okay, that is the thing. Then layout design protection. So protection granted for layout design, outer cover, how a car should be. Audi car will be different. Then Maruti Suzuki car will be different. So each layout will be different. So they are granting license under layout design protection in semiconductor, integrated circuit, and for matters connected therewith. Then next comes the geographical indication. Like I said, we'll have Madurai jasmine. Okay, it is a geographical indication. Geography is nothing but place where it is found. Okay, so special things will be given the rights. If they are others are going to produce it, they have to pay the price for getting it. So geographical indication of goods are defined as that aspect of industrial property which refers to the geographical indication of the location, referring to a country or to a place. Either you can refer it as India or Japan or USA. Otherwise, you can say the particular place in India situated therein as being the country or place of origin of the product. That is very much important. Origin is a product is nothing but the place where you get it, originally get it. So that is coming under intellectual property. The next one is the trade secret. Okay, normally in the hotel and other businesses, something will be kept as secret and will not be revealed to everyone. Okay, that is also coming under the intellectual property. So any confidential business information that is coming under trade secret, which provides an enterprise or a company a competitive edge. They are able to earn more than the other companies, other enterprises, that will be coming under the confidential business information or undisclosed information. Now these things, whenever others are unaware of it or unknown of it, and these things are called as the trade secrets. Is this also coming under the intellectual property? So trade secret, it includes, okay, manufacturing or industrial secrets and the commercial secrets. How we are going to sell it. If somebody is making high profit, if it doesn't want to reveal to everyone, that is also coming under trade secrets. Okay, now the trade secrets, it includes the research and development information. If you are many companies in the income tax law, 3rd years, you will be knowing that in the income tax act, business under the heading business profit and gains of business or profession, there is a separate heading called scientific research. Okay, many of the big companies will be giving will be having R&D section. So whatever R&D you're going to have, okay, they will not reveal to anyone outside. So the trade secrets includes the research and development information, then software algorithms, then inventions, designs, formulas. If you are going to have some chemical formulas or anything, those formulas, financial records. Okay, financial records. Now, if you are an auditor and if you are going to have the your clients' information, those things. Okay, very important clients, very powerful clients' information, those things. Then ingredients, either masalas or anything, ingredients, list of customers. Okay, these are also trade secrets. Then devices, methods, consumer profiles. Okay, list of customer is the name. Profile is the information about the customer, their name, their telephone number, their address will be constituting the consumer profiles. And advertising strategies or policies of a company, these things are included in the trade secrets. Okay, now there is no as such no law to protect the trade secret, but who are all going to have an information about the trade secret? Now what you can do, you can get an agreement and they will be signing that they will not let out the secret to other party. If they are letting out, they have to pay the compensation for the loss to the company. Okay, yes, say a trade secret can be protected for an unlimited period. If you are having an agreement that others should not be given information, it can be protected for any number of years, depending on the legal system. Okay, legal system now through law only will be able to create it by an agreement. The protection of trade secret forms part of general concept of protection against unfair competition. Okay, normally in the competition you learn MRTP Act. Okay, so this is far away from this MRTP. Okay, Competition is different thing, because if you are going to avoid the competition, it will be coming under MRTP Act. But if you want to hide your trade secret, it is very fine. It is fair on the company's part. Okay, if your cooking is good, if you want to protect the ingredient, if you are running a hotel, if you you want to make your product as famous as possible, means you should not let out the ingredients, secret ingredients. Okay, then only your profit will be high. So the law make it fair that you can protect your trade secret. Okay, or is based on some specific provision or case law on the protection of confidential information. This is coming under confidential information. So intellectual property, it covers a vast range of activities and plays an important role in both the cultural and the economic life. Okay, this importance is recognized by various laws, okay, which protect intellectual property rights. Now you can see in the slides that the trademark is given under the Trademarks Act, patent is given under Patents Act, copyright under Copyright Act, then industrial design under Industrial Design, and many laws are there to protect each of the rights. Okay, now not only the laws, but the authority concerned under the Government of India, they also protect the persons who is going to get the get it certified under each of things. If you want to copyright, the copyright authority will be protecting your products. Okay, the legal rights conferred on such rights are called as the intellectual property rights. So what is the thing we are talking about? Property, intellectual property. When you are going to hear the word, it is intangible, you will not be able to find it. Then why it is called intellectual? Because through your mind you are going to invent something, so it is intellectual property. So if you are going to register for your right under any of the acts said in the slides, then you get the intellectual property rights, that is the IPR. Okay, hence intellectual property refers to the products of human mind. Okay, out of the mind you are going to create something. Hence, just like other types of property, the owners of intellectual property, now they can rent, they can give, or they can sell the property to others, or sometimes they'll be able to assign the property also. Okay, that is the thing all about IPR. Now the IPR law is much complicated. Why? Because you have seen in the before slide, many things are included. Okay, since it is intangible, it will be very difficult for to identify where your particular item is coming and how to protect it. There are different laws relating to different types of intellectual property, and again, different national laws in different countries. If you are going to apply for patent in India, you cannot sell the same product in other country, or you cannot apply for patent in other countries, because law for different countries is different. Now, if you are applied in India, then also you have to file an application for patent in US or other countries. So what happens in intellectual property? Different national laws are there in different countries and regions of the world, as well as the international law. Okay, many of the things will be find UNESCO and UN and other things are there. Okay, we have a WTO. Can anyone say what is WTO? Can anyone say what is WTO?
World Trade Organization.
Very good, World Trade Organization. So whenever somebody is going to trade outside the country, they have to go through this law also. So what happens? The intellectual property, it is at different in different countries and different laws and regions, as well as, okay, you have to follow the international law also. Now, who takes care of this international thing is the WIPO, WIPO. Okay, now the WIPO is the World Intellectual Property Organization. The United Nations, okay, in many of the things United Nations will be coming. Likewise here also, the United Nations agency dedicated to make intellectual property work for innovation and creativity throughout the world. Okay, now creativity and inventiveness are very vital for a country development as well as the world development. Okay, they spur economic growth, create new jobs and industries, and enhance the quality and enjoyment of life. Why? Because in the earlier days, wheel was the first invention human had. Okay, then only we started with other inventions. So this creativity and invention is not there, a country cannot develop. Okay, now everybody know what is an entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? Can anyone say who is an entrepreneur? Students, please respond. Who is an entrepreneur?
Ma'am, a person who's into business, like more innovative business.
Very good. Innovative business. Okay. The word itself said clearly innovative. Okay. So whenever any entrepreneur is going to start his business, the word we are looking for is the innovation. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of or merits of innovation is that if you're going to invent something new, now the invention cannot be kept as an idea or okay as an mere invention. Now from the idea it has to transfer it to a product. Okay, whenever it is going to be transferred into a product, that means that you are going to transfer this into production. Okay, you understand, whenever you are going to produce something, now you are going to buy machinery, you are going to employ men, and you are going to spend resources. Okay, what happens, the country employment opportunity you are going to increase. Okay, whenever any innovation is going to happen, the idea when it is going to get transferred from mere idea to a product, now you are going to employ many persons. Take the example of Swiggy. Everyone knows Swiggy. Without even a child will know what is Swiggy now. Now we can relate this one. Swiggy was an program, okay, that can be used in a computer, through which it is an application, we'll say, through which you'll be able to order your food. Now for the Swiggy, now the idea has been transferred into a business. Now they are employing many persons. Now this creates employment and it creates new jobs. And through the new jobs, many families are going to get the salary. Now the salary will help in the economic growth and the industry also will develop. So this is how the innovation helps the nation as well as the country. Okay, nation's development or the country's development. Totally, the humanity also will get the enjoyment in quality and the we can enjoy the life. Okay, this is how the innovation helps. So how you can protect your innovation? Only through the intellectual property rights you'll be able to do it. This is how these things are in getting connected. Okay, and now we have seen that intellectual property is nothing but anything that you are going to create in mind, it is a property. Okay, since you are going to do it through the mind, it is called intellectual. If you are going to register your idea or innovation, it is called as the intellectual property rights. And why it is important, we have seen. Now the next important thing, what are all the challenges we have? What is the difficulty we are going to have in intellectual property rights? Okay, if something we are not able to see now, it is very difficult for us to protect. Okay, so one of the challenges, we are not able to see it, and many people doesn't know how to protect it, where to go for which information, since it involves many laws. Okay, so in the patent, some things are patentable and some things are not patentable. Many of the person doesn't know which can be patented and which can be we can receive license or not under Patent Act. Okay, these things we are unaware. So these are some of the challenges. We are going to see in detail what are the various challenges connected with the intellectual property. Okay, now we have internet technology. Okay, in India, whenever we are going to go in the countryside, many persons are unaware about the internet and other technologies. But YouTube has helped maximum. Now everyone has the YouTube and everyone is getting the information. But even then, okay, it is very difficult to understand the technical terms. Whatever in the IP law is there, more of technical terms will be there. You need an expert guidance to understand all this. Okay, then lack of effective enforcement. In the other one movie also, there will be copying of the picture and everyone will be seeing it before the film comes into the actual theater. Okay, so lack of effective enforcement. Now a law tries to protect it, even then there are some laggingness in protecting the IPR. Then poverty and poor economic infrastructure. Many persons are not having food and enough infrastructure, so they cannot spend money to protect the idea. Many persons may have trade secret, but they don't know how to protect it. Okay, then lack of awareness about IPR and IPR culture in India and other countries. Then lack of concise national IP policy. Okay, our national IP policy has to be in terms with other countries. International level, it has to coincide, then only we'll be able to do. Recently we had an issue with Apple and the Samsung in many countries. There were civil suits going on in many places. Okay, then IP administration is very difficult. Then lack of quality research and commercialization. So these are all some of the challenges. Okay, now India joined WTO. WTO is the World Trade Organization. If you want to trade globally, you have to follow all the rules set by the WTO and become a signatory of the TRIPS. In the IPR, we have a term called TRIPS. TRIPS is nothing but trade-related aspects of intellectual properties. We have to sign the agreement and we have to file other license in other countries, and we have to do the trade. Okay. Now the TRIPS agreement we entered with the WTO by India in the year 1995. Okay. Now, since India is a developing country, they have given us a window period of 10 years. Now the 5 years it will be compulsory, and another 5 years it will be extended to comply with the rules put forth by the agreement, by the TRIPS agreement. Why? Because now only we are developing. Now we have to adjust to the other countries' development. So they are giving us the 5-year time. Now, though India has aligned, we are trying ourselves to put everything in place in accordance with the TRIPS in the year 2005. From 2005, we are trying. Still, there are many challenges and issues that we need to be addressed to maximize the benefit of the IPR. Okay. Now, as human beings, we try to protect our property very much. Likewise, okay, everyone who is going to invent, they are trying to protect their interests. Now, Apple, Vodafone, every company, they want to protect their property. Okay, thus getting and granting IP in India has become a matter of contention from 2025. Some of the challenges what we really have. Okay, now first challenge is that we have from process, we have to move on to the product patterns. Okay, process is something, but it related to the process, how you are going to do something. So when an idea, it has to be transferred from a process to product pattern, then only we can produce something and the economic growth can be achieved. So one of the binding point, okay, in the international law, that is the TRIPS agreement, is that all member countries, India including India, are required to shift their pattern regime from process pattern to product pattern. Okay. Now, the fundamental difference between a process pattern and a product pattern lies in the fact that now, for a process pattern, it protects only the process. Okay, not the product. But a product pattern will protect both the process as well as the product. Example, pharmaceuticals and the food products. Okay, for example, if you want to manufacture some chips, you understand. Okay, now the process will be for cleaning the potatoes, then cutting it, then you are going to fry it in the oil or bake it. Now, then you are going to pack it. These are process. Okay, now internationally, what they are saying, from the process, you have to convert it into product pattern. You have to apply for the product pattern rather than the process pattern. This is how the TRIPS agreement says. Now, many of the things we are not able to do it. Okay, so this is the first challenges everyone is facing internationally. Then second one is the Indian Patent Act. Under it, certain sections are there. This is also one of the challenge everyone finds it. These sections, okay, the section 3 subsection D, okay, of the Indian Patent Act, it prevents multinational companies from evergreening the patent simply by making minor changes. What everyone, it tries to improve something in the older patent and they register for the new patent. This cannot be done under section 3D of the Indian Patent Act. Everything, it should be new. Okay, already you are finding something and you are going to add some small changes. Once again, you cannot file for a new patent. Okay, this is the code rule. This is one of the challenges everyone finds, because too many number of invention cannot be made at a time. That code rules that multinational companies cannot evergreen the patent simply by making minor changes. That is another challenges we are having before that. Then third one is the compulsory licensing. Okay, it is a thing given by the government. Everyone has to compulsorily file for a license, then only they will be able to bring the product to the market. Okay, that is the thing. With the provision of compulsory licensing, the government of India can compel the owner of company or other companies to mass produce some drugs in emergency, irrespective of who got the patent. In case of corona also, now the government want the companies to produce the medicine for this corona. Why? Because we are in emergency. Okay. Now the multinationals are accusing India of being opportunistic. Now other countries will blame India for doing this because it is against the international law. So this is one of the challenge you are going to have. Then provision of drug price control order. With this provision, companies can't charge an unfair price for drugs they are producing. Normally, I am inventing something. I have to decide what price I have to get. But if the government is going to have the control, then as a inventor, I will not have my profit. So everyone is against this rule. So this is the one of the challenge everyone going to face. Okay, the price has to be justified regarding investment. Okay, now if somebody is going to play foul or it is again monopoly, now the government will intervene. So these are some of the challenges the inventor is going to face. Then food security and IPR. Okay, if it is a land of farmers, India is a land of farmers. Now most of the people are engaged in doing farming in their livelihood. Okay, if now the government, without offering the subsidies, the farmers cannot do anything. Now the support schemes are generally in the form of minimum support price. Okay, whatever the government is going to buy, now it is very minimum and the farmers are not happy with it. Okay, this is another challenges India faces. Then community property rights and indigenous knowledge. We have indigenous knowledge is our traditional knowledge, gives ready-made leads for paramedical companies. We have Ayurvedic and other things. Okay, so these things, it's coming under the indigenous knowledge or the traditional knowledge. Simply come up with a new formulation to show the efficacy of the general traditional understanding. Okay, now the Indian government is to protect such resources of the traditional knowledge by not allowing multinationals to get the patents on traditional culture. If somebody is going to come here and they are going to learn and they are going to outside and they are going to get patent for the India's traditional knowledge, means the government cannot allow it. Okay, so this is again the challenge. Now we have to protect our traditional knowledge. As a defensive mechanism, the government has created traditional knowledge digital library. Now we have this one so that these things can be protected. The Ayurveda and other things what we traditionally have. Okay, it has to be protected. That is another challenge. Protecting these things are the challenge again for the government to challenge patenting traditional Indian understanding. Multinational and developed countries are also opposing this move. Okay, now recently we had an issue with some country where the turmeric, they were claiming that it's their country's property or something. Okay, turmeric is our product, but they are saying it is from their country. So all the government tries to protect the traditional knowledge. So this is another challenge. So what are all the challenges we are seeing? Almost. Okay, first thing we saw internet and the technology, because many persons they are unaware of it. And recently in yesterday or this week news, one of the person, okay, got a job in Google, okay, for lakhs of rupees, but in technology only he got, but due to age he could not join it. Many persons in the country, they still, our south side is better in education, but the north side especially, many persons they are not having internet and the technology facility. Then lack of effective enforcement is not there by the government. Poverty and poor economic infrastructure is again here challenges for the intellectual property. The lack of awareness, many persons they are not aware about the IPR, what all means, all the things. We have different types under intellectual property. I have listed in the beginning of the session that patent, trademark, copyright, then plant varieties, trade secrets, those things, and IP culture. IP culture in our country and other countries, they doesn't know. The lack of a concise national IP policy we doesn't have, because this one is very difficult to understand and practice. Then IP administration is also very difficult because n number of complicated things are there inside the intellectual property rights. The lack of quality research and commercialization. We are not able to provide a quality invention, then making into product is very difficult. Along with this, what are all the other challenges we have? We have to transfer the process into product patterns. Normally, we are not able to do it. Then Section 3D of the Indian Act is also restricting something, that is also coming under the challenge. Then compulsory licensing of the government is one of the challenges we are having before us for the intellectual property. Then provision of drug price control order. Whenever you are going to produce a drug, the government will intervene and they'll try to reduce the price. Many of the inventors will be against this. That is also a changes. Then food security and IPR. Farmers, they are not having enough facility to have provide for electricity, fertilizer, seeds, and those things. That is again a drawback in getting the things done. And this was one of the challenge under IPR. Then Finally, the IPR community property rights and indigenous knowledge that is related to the traditional knowledge what we have. Now the government tries to protect through the traditional knowledge digital library. Okay, then some of the things that is neglected issues, insufficiency of the regulations. Even though many regulation acts are there, it is not significant because many countries are doing business with us, and international level we are not able to protect many of the rights. So it is our regulations are insufficient. Then lack of awareness and respect for IPR. Many inventor they are not understanding why they want to have the rights. They are not applying for the invention, and some it is leaking out, and somebody else are taking the advantage, and they are making it as their own invention, and we are not able to do it. So lack of awareness on the part of the person who is going to invent. Then application control of these regulations is difficult. These are some of the challenges. Okay, so with this I'll conclude, and if there is any questions from anybody, I'll like to answer it.
Students, do you have any questions to ask? I think we can conclude, ma'am. Lakshmi ma'am, we really thank you for being with us today. You left lots of memories here, ma'am. So we really miss you. Right? So you cannot be replaced by anyone. So that's what we can say. Because Lakshmi ma'am is equal to intellectual, Lakshmi ma'am is equal to boldness. So you are an iconic lady. Right? So how are you, ma'am?
Fine, ma'am. Fine.
Okay. So really, it was a great pleasure for us to your presentation, ma'am. Really, you carried out everything very clearly, and the presentation was crystal clear, subjective, and informative, and what not, right? So we had a very worthwhile experience for everyone to listen to you. So that's it. I hope you'll be able to make your presence known in the even coming years. So looking forward to meet you in person soon. So I hope you'll we'll meet right in another important maybe in some conference or anything we are planning to organize in the future. So we'll be calling you as a resource person again. So we'll meet in person now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity given for to Chairman sir and VC sirs and Principal madam, and personally yourself, Madam Janaki ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity given. I hope I have given a glimpse of what is the thing, what is meant by IPR and related things. Thank you for the opportunity once again.
Thank you, ma'am. It's our pleasure.
Thank you very much. I leave now, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, just a
Can I
minute.
leave, ma'am?
Ma'am, just a minute, Lakshmi ma'am.
Sorry.
Thank you, ma'am, for the valuable information you shared with us. Dear participants, it's time for the photo session. I request everyone to turn on your camera for a few minutes. Come on, students, please, for a few minutes, turn on your camera. Also, we would like to hear your interest in this webinar. So I'm sharing a feedback link here. I request all the audience and participants to fill it on.
Vasila ma'am, shall we conclude?
Ma'am, just a minute, ma'am.
Okay.
Lakshmi ma'am, your presence and experience gave more meaningful to it. We look forward to having you again in our upcoming events, ma'am. Actually,
Thank you
your
very much.
commitment here definitely enriched this event. And for this, we remain grateful.
Thank you very much, madam.
Me and my team are so lucky to have a resource person like you in today's session.
Thank you once again for all the prescience, I would rather say.
Participants, please someone confirm that whether you can access the link.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Manaka. Thank you very much, Lakshmi ma'am, for being with us. Janaki ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, we can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Kirtana.
In ordinary life, yes, ma'am. In ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. I request Sindhuja to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to express a deep sense of gratitude to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan sir, and Dr. V. Vishnu Karthik sir, and Vasani Venkatesh, and our beloved principal ma'am, Uma Bhaskar, who have been our driving force in organizing such an insightful webinar to have a nurture our collective knowledge and understanding and for making the huge success. And in response to my fellow student community, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. S. Lakshmi, for sparing her time in enriching our knowledge, and I hope that would help us prospectively. And I'd like to thank our head department of commerce, Dr. J. Janagi ma'am, and all our department faculties members for offering their guidance in making this event a great one. Last but not least, thank you, my fellow student community, for your patience and involvement in learning new things. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sindhuja. Now it's time for National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे जाहे धव जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे वंदे मातरम.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you. We can leave.